So speaking of Ryan Murphy, let's get into India Moore, who was going in on Ryan Murphy over his lack of support for the trans community because y'all know Ryan Murphy was behind this FX series Pose, and India Moore played Angel Evangelista, who ended up marrying Lil Poppy in the final season on Pose. And for someone who has been very much an advocate for giving a lot of trans women, especially trans women of color, a platform on a network like FX, you would think that he would come to the defense of the trans community in regards of all the anti-trans attacks that's been trickling down on the community since you know who's been in the White House. Ain't even been a year yet. So yeah, she did a long video. I would have played it for y'all, but the video was 30 minutes. I was like, mm-mm. If y'all want, y'all can go over to India's Instagram. She posted about 2 days ago and did a long video regarding what's been happening and all this other stuff. So in the emotional 30-minute long Instagram reel posted on Sunday, that'll be the 28th of September, Moore, who is best known as Angel Evangelista, urged Murphy to do more for the trans community. Now, Moore began the video by weeping and offering thanks to anybody who has ever supported trans people ever. The actress and activist continued by reflecting on the current climate for trans people in America, particularly how the community is being increasingly demonized as a threat while having their rights stripped. Saying, quote, I have never thought that our belief that people should be free or that we should be free from harm or violence could ever be conceptualized as threatening. I really genuinely never knew. How do you go from trans people are mentally ill, they'll need help, to trans people are terrorists? Y'all can't make up your mind about how you want to view us as weak and a target to bully or as strong and a threat. But mind you, these same conservatives that's out here going and letting have on the trans community getting caught out here looking at trans porn, hooking up with trans people and the homosexuals, but y'all want to demonize the LGBT community because this is what they do. They like to go in and pick on anybody marginalized, black people, women, gay, well, the LGBTs, Latinos. Everybody is a problem except them. Mind you, you got all these oligarchs that's making all this money that are buying up all this media so that way they get to control the narrative on how you get the information that you're getting. And we got these dinosaurs, Democrats in name only, but also dinosaurs who are not even understanding how social media and technology and stuff works. And they still over here not um, coming to the defense of the people that they depend on to vote for them. And I saw that little AI video that Trump put out regarding Chuck Schumer saying a lot of curse words and going and making a lot of anti-trans comments. Like, this is what we doing. You're supposed to be the president of the United States, the leader of the free world. And this is what you're doing. You're posting fake AI videos of Democrats going in on trans people and immigrants. This is what he's doing. Instead of you actually doing policy, invoking policy. So now, earlier this month, it was claimed that the Singing Department of Justice, that would be DOJ, officials are reportedly considering curtailing trans people's Second Amendment right to own guns in the wake of the shooting of right-wing activist Charlie Kirk, who was pow-powed and unalived by a cis man. Any more thank all the people who have ever given us jobs, who has given us work and allowed us to speak out, but suggested that solidarity is needed now more than ever. Saying, quote, we really need y'all. We really, really need y'all, she said while crying. Like, the fact that Ryan Murphy has been this silent, like, we really pissed you off that much, Ryan? Like, Ryan Murphy, who upset you that much? Janet really pissed you off that much? Now, for those who are not aware, Janet Mock, who I believe is still in a relationship with Angel Curiel, who played Poppy on the show. Who, by the way, he's in real estate because I've seen that stuff that came out a while back when we talked about Pose or something or another. So, writer and activist Janet Mock made history as the first Black trans woman to be hired to write a TV series when she was brought on by Murphy to write, direct, and produce much of Pose. Yet, at a 2021 event marking the premiere of Pose's third and final season, Mock used her 15-minute speech to confront Murphy, criticize FX for not paying her more, and to critique Pose episodes which were written by men. The best-selling author also took aim at the poor way the entertainment industry treats trans people before declaring "fuck Hollywood." Continuing in her video, Moore said that Mock did the right thing and said that she had been failed by the community who forgot about her. Mock has been largely absent from the public eye since 2021, bar a writing and producing credit on Murphy's 2022 show Dahmer, and said, I can't tell you how much I've been reprimanded in my work for standing up against mistreatment, either for me or it happened to somebody else. And I'm trying to understand how is it that Murphy can do something like Pose during Donald Trump's first administration, and then it's like, poof, you're gone. In 2018, Pose made TV history for featuring the largest cast, as you know, of trans women on a scripted show, saying it's garbage, it's an embarrassment. Ryan Murphy, you need to do more. Well, why would you expect an opportunist like Ryan Murphy to do more when he made his money? He exploited y'all. He's a cisgendered white male, not cisgendered cishet, because he's a homosexual male who gave a bunch of people of color an opportunity. You know, with the little crumbs y'all get, we get all a little happy. Oh yeah, we made it. Child, we do that. After polls dried up, so would a lot of y'all careers. And there's no shade. This is just me seeing how this industry likes to be. They like to jump on trends because it's cute. But then you have the very few trans girls out here who are like, I'm not just going to be defined by some little show that I was a part of. I'm going to continue to find ways to make money. Shout out to T.S. Madison because she's always found a way to hustle in all this mess. Her, Laverne Cox, even though I don't know, we still mad at Laverne over what she said about that white man. We still mad at her over that? Let me know in the chat. I don't know. I can't keep up. But I like the fact that India has been very vocal. She's been speaking out about this whole thing. And yeah, I don't give a good goddamn because it's like, yeah, you thinking I'm just gonna be beholden to Hollywood? Hollywood can kiss my ass. If they doing stuff out here that I don't agree with, I'm gonna speak out. That's why I was irritating my entire spirit when I was on social media and I was talking about this whole thing about Jennifer Lawrence all of a sudden want to speak out about the whole genocide in Gaza. I'm like, oh yeah, now because it's chic to do so, kind of like Lady Gaga when it came to the gays. Um, now that it's chic to do so, all of a sudden everybody want to come out and say free Palestine, it's a genocide, it's all this stuff. Now that you don't have to worry about the fear of losing your job. But 2 years ago, when Melissa Barrera said the same shit, she was out of a job. Back when it wasn't trendy to say it. But now that a lot of people are speaking out, people going on the Emmys and speaking out about it. People are doing press conferences and speaking out about it. Now it's supposed to be better late than never, right? No, don't. Not when it gets comfortable. Not when it's okay. Not when it can no longer be ignored, and you feel like my job is not going to be a risk. Then I'm going to speak out. To me, that's just some fakeness. That's just some what do you call it? That's just you trying to jump on the bandwagon to make it seem it just comes across as performative. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. It's coming across as performative. A lot of people out here just be out here with this fake political stance like, oh yeah, I'm really about something. You're not about nothing. You're about a bunch of just, just shininess and shallow and all the other stuff just to get people to be like, oh yeah, so now I'm on their side because they're speaking out against it. But where were you a couple of years ago when we were at the peak of the situation and y'all saw what these people were doing? So don't just speak up when it's cute, when it's chic to do so. I truly respect people when they speak up when things are tough. And there have been people out here who have had to worry about their careers being on the line for speaking out at a time when they were told they shouldn't speak out on. It's kind of like Madonna. Her career was almost destroyed because she spoke out about George Bush and the Iraq War, and everybody jumped on her. Now, decades later, she was correct. And y'all realized y'all was on the wrong side of the situation. We were lied to. They always get mad at the real progressives, the real leaders, the ones that's really out here trying to make the change. But then you want to give the props to the Johnny come latelys. No, sorry. I've never been that person because I've always seen through the bullshit when it comes to people. It's never been a better late than never situation with me. Now, if you genuinely didn't know and you felt like you was lied to, and When you in a when I know better, I do better type situation, then I'll give you a little slack. But when you doing the shit and I'm seeing like, okay, it's all performative, then it's like I gotta call you out. I can't stand a hypocrite. So now she also went on to say you need to address the racism, the violence, and the targeting of people on your productions. You need to make sure trans people are paid equally. Yes, Janet did the right thing. And that's the thing, too. A lot of times when people of color try to speak up about things, be it race, be it, and if you're a black queer person, when you speak up about stuff, it always unfortunately has to take our white allies to be the ones that have to come and speak up because them other people over there can't relate. White people are not going to be the ones that's going to be able to relate to the thing. So until that white person comes, that ally, and holds their people accountable and their feet to the fire, I feel like is where the real change comes. We're not doing this stuff just to make y'all feel bad about history of slavery or whatever the case is. We're talking about the inequity or the inequality of things going on, being in the workplace, whatever the case is. Why can't I speak out on that? And you should be able to address it and try to be the and make those changes because you, as a white male, you can make things happen versus someone who's a person of color and queer. They ain't trying to listen to us bad enough. You black, let alone being gay or trans. That's two strikes. So it just be nice if people could be open, have their minds open enough to understand what she was talking about. So they said the father, mother, sister, brother star. Is that a thing? I never heard of that. Added that she was shocked at how quickly Mark had been abandoned by the community. I don't know why you were shocked, because that's why y'all really thought y'all was out of here blindly making progress with Pose. Pose was good for what it was. But I knew, like, once that show ended, I saw the forest. I was like, yeah, y'all gonna be forgotten about. This is what Hollywood does. They like to do this fake pat on the back type situation, like they really moving and shaking and doing things out here. But we real progressive, kind of like centrist Democrats. That's like kind of like the game they like to play too. Too many of the girls are out here waiting for the other girl to move over so they can get her spot. That is what happens to marginalized people. We are competing with each other too much. As the lengthy video continued, more urged trans people to better support each other and urged her fellow stars in Hollywood to stop being passive as trans people face mounting challenges globally. Saying, please advocate for us in your countries. We need your help. We need your support. Now, since her post, Moore has been inundated with support from fellow trans and non binary celebrities and followers, including Laverne Cox, Peppermint, Monroe Bergdorf, and Shea Coulee. So, yeah, there was one where Peppermint said, it's wild the current administration makes major announcements about the trans community and making major changes to unconstitutional protections, and people are just watching. We could use a fraction of the energy people displayed last week. Oh, are we talking about Jimmy Kimmel? Because, child, I've been saying that too. Um, Now, Shea Coulee said to my trans family, I love you, I see you, and my very existence is indebted to you and all of the sacrifices you made to live an authentic life. I stand with you and thank you for all that you do. Then, Beef is what's for dinner has some heart emojis. Oh, my friend Apollonia Cruz put you are loved. Laverne Cox said, love you so much, my sister. This calls to action. This call to love. This call for empathy, acknowledging each other's humanity, both in community and for those who proclaim allyship. I've been weeping just like this, weeping but not showing it. But I hear you. I feel you deeply. I'm right there too. So yeah, I definitely feel like we need to really go and show support for our trans women and men in this country because I don't understand why it seems like even our queer community seems to forget that if it wasn't for the trans community, we would not be where we are today, especially when it comes to Stonewall, the history of Stonewall. Trans women of color throwing in bricks and things of that nature is why we have gotten as far as we've gotten. It wasn't the white people, and you still, oh God, don't even get me started on that damn horrible ass Roland Emmerich version of Stonewall. Don't even get me started on that blasphemy of a movie. The whitewashing of our queer history, excuse you, bitch. And you wonder why that movie flopped. But so yeah, we definitely need to be the ones that step our pussies up when it comes to the support of and rallying behind our trans brothers and sisters. And I've been somebody who has been doing that for the longest, ever since I was a wee little homosexual that used to hang out on the piers in the late 90s and the 2000s. So shout out to my trans brothers and sisters. I stand with you. I hear you. I see you, and I'm with you. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story? Excuse me, regarding what India Moore had to say for calling out Ryan Murphy. It's like, yeah, we definitely got to stand up for our queer people, our queer community, and not it be so damn performative. So, because it could be us next once they've done, going through the trans girls. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.